Well, hello everybody. How are we today? Welcome to our little corner of YouTube. For those of you who don't know, my name is Leo. We are on a little adventure here today. Pretty ambitious one, actually. I'm not entirely sure that, that any one person could actually do all the junk I've got on my itinerary. But we're going to try. We're going to try. I'm out not too awful far from my house. Nice little spot that I know of. Nice little fishing spot not far from here too. And I'm going to do me a little bit of camping. This place here is, well, it's a floodplain. It's next to the river. There used to be many years ago, there were some houses and businesses and things like that. But after the 77 flood, the government bought it all out, and you can't build on it or anything like that. It's a floodplain. You can use it for fishing, stuff like that. Camping, playing, that's about it. There's one road, goes up that way. That's how you come in. And the river is right over here. It goes down that way around, railroad track over here. There's a mountain highway way up on the other side of the river, up on the mountain on the other side, in West Virginia. Matter of fact, I'm in Kentucky. But like I said, my ambitious plan. Now, this is one of my favorite spots. I really like it. Great fishing, great little spot, all kinds of stuff to explore. Plenty firewood. Trails to ride, trails to hike, animals, a little bit of everything. It's got it all. But anyway, I'm going to fix me up a nice little home. I'm only going to be here for about 36 hours or so. But in that 36 hours, I'm going to build me a super smoking nice, hopefully, I'll build me a super nice little house right here. All right, let's get started. I need to get the weed eater out first, get me a nice spot cleared, get my big tent up so I've got cover in case it rains. The fungus growing on that is wild looking. Looks like coral. And looky here. Gelatinous. That is like jelly. Look at that. Like jelly. Check out our buddy down there. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Or girl. There you go. We're going to make you YouTube famous. Look at that stuff though. Like jelly. That one's not like it. That one's harder. It's like coral. Looks like coral. Man, he gone, ain't he? He getting the hell out of Dodge. Okay, alright. Quit playing with bugs. Alright, let's get to work. I'll be back in a few minutes, guys, and we should at least have the grass cut and have a roof over my head. See you guys in a few. Oh, look at this. A slight scheduling change. A little shower in the sunshine going on. Can't last long, but whatever. I covered my stuff up just in case. Set everything out of the way. So far I've been cutting grass. Haven't done anything but get the grass cut. Got me a turnout there. Got the path all the way out. Nice wide spot right here. A little fire pit. Had some wood left over from the last time I was here. But I got me a little spot set up to put my Starlink. I had trouble getting it level last time. I made me a level spot. Made me a level spot. The only thing is that little critter right there is in my way. But I was going to cut it because it's already broken anyway. But I got to looking. That's the only thing holding all this stuff up. if I cut that, all this stuff's going to come down. So I can't do that much about that. I'm just going to have to shoot through the trees. It worked the last time. Look at the little fungus growing on there. Okay, it's getting wet again, but sun's in and out. It's supposed to be, like I said, it's supposed to rain a little bit later. That looks pretty good, don't it? Little path going off down through there. Check this out. Make me a nice little path going down through the woods. About, yeah, the width of 2 weed eater, you know. Go down this side, come back up on that side. Alright, that looks pretty good though. That looks a little bit more like a proper camping spot, don't it? Alright, well, I guess I would say to wait till the rain leaves, but it's just probably going to rain more. So I guess I better go ahead and get my roof out and get some shelter going here before I get rained on. Alright, let's get to it. I'll be right back, guys. Let's better get on the ball here. It's looking like the rain's ahead of schedule, so I need to move my schedule up just a hair. Well, guys, I'm no expert, but I would think it looks like a pretty proper bush campsite. I think. Looks pretty good to me. Should be, you know, weather worthy if we do get any rain. It's been changing. It gets sunny and then it'll get dark and a little storm will pass by nearby. I haven't gotten any rain. It's just been windy on and off. But I've got everything pretty much set up the way I want it. Got everything ready. Got me some firewood cut up. Broke out the little 6-inch chainsaw and got me some firewood cut up. A little charcoal. I'm gonna do something weird a little later. A little contraption right there I whipped up. But I've got my tent all set up. Got my house ready. Oh, it's high 40s tonight. So I got my little buddy here with me. I didn't bother with the diesel heater or nothing. I don't think it's going to be that cold. You know, I just be able to blast heat it real quick if I want to. I probably won't even use it, but you know, throw it in the back of the UTV and you've got it, right? If you need it, you've got it. If you don't need it, you still got it. But everything else looks good. Got my weed eater and chainsaw underneath there, and everything else all packed away. Little chainsaw. Have to let it cool. It gets hot, and you have to let it cool. There we go. There we go. Alright, she's about ready to finish some firewood, but made me a little place to pull up and back in to turn, and then go back out this way. But I did the path, cleaned it up pretty much all the way out. You know, you want it to be a little bit secluded. You know what I'm saying? A little bit, what's the word? Stealthed. You know, a little patch of grass where the UTV was at I didn't cut. Oh well, I think I'll leave that just for looks. But there was, I don't know if y'all saw it on the other video when I did early spring, there was a huge bed of tiger lilies right here, and deer were bedding down in it. And it looks as though they have killed every bit of it. It didn't, not one single bloom. Huh. Imagine that, not one single bloom, and you can see it just laying flat where they've broken it and laying on it. But yeah, when I was here I saw 3 last time. But right up through here last time I was here. Haven't even been down to the river yet. I've been literally up here working my butt off the entire time I've been here. For a camping trip, man, it's a lot of work, I tell you. But anyhow, I'm gonna, here in a few, probably go ahead and take a weed eater with me and head down to my old fishing spot. Actually, let's see, how's my battery? Let's take a little quick walk. We'll just take a look. You can see right where I went with the weed eater, where I stopped. See my little path going right down through here. And right here is where I stopped with the weed eater. So yeah, I don't know what. From here we're both guessing. I don't know any more than you do. I know the contours of the ground, but the weeds, water weeds, I don't know. They grow fast. Man, look what a deer track. Great big one. That's them water weeds right there. They're hollow inside and they just grow really fast. Very woodsy, isn't it? That's one of the ones I need to cut. Get that out of the way so you can come down through here with the side-by-side. And this one here, I want to cut it right in here somewhere. Just move it out of the way. You could technically come down, I guess, and go around it, but we'll get him out of the way. Now, this used to be a camp spot of mine. This used to be a favorite of mine. I called it Catfish Camp, but the flood made everything unlevel, and yeah, it's water weed camp now. Okay, now the river, I know the river is up, but I don't know how much. Man, that is bad, isn't it? That is bad. Anyway, I don't know how much the river is up, if I can even fish or not. You know, the last time I fished in water that was up, I caught a pretty nice catfish. So you never know, right? It's up to the fish. Yeah, I definitely walked down with the weed eater. Just make one quick pass. There's the bad spot. That's the bad spot right there, coming down off that hill. It was a lot easier when my campsite was down here closer to the water. It was right back there. And there's another one right here. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's up quite a bit. The whole bank is gone. Wow, it's been up here and knocked that tree down. Look at all this. It's been up here since the weeds came up. That thing is usually 6 inches wide. Something like that. Yeah, it's definitely up. It's up quite a bit. Not green at all, is it? Look at all that, just laid flat where the water knocked it down. I was going to make me a spot right here, and this huge tree fell right in the middle of it, right after I leveled it out. Figures, don't it? I may come back down sometime this summer. I was telling Heather, just level me off a little one right here just for a small tent. Once the river gets back down, you could, fish right out of your tent from here. Literally fish right out of your tent from here. I see a little bit of trash too. I don't know. I don't know about the fishing. She's pretty muddy, ain't she? Now, either way, it's not a thing right now. I've brought bait and brought rods in case I do. So we have the option. I just don't know if it's going to do any good. Alright, let's see if we can get back up there before the battery goes dead. Notice all of it just laid down. That was my turn right there, actually. Wait a minute, this ain't this ain't right. This looks like this will be a nice little spot once it goes back down. I could probably smooth that out and put a small tent here, couldn't you? Right under the trees in the trash. Okay, this might be a little bit too trashy. We are going up here. Right beside this tree. Yeah, it's up quite a bit. It's usually, there's a whole beach down there underneath there. There's a whole beach underwater. It goes out 10 feet. So yeah, it's deep, deep. I don't know. I may have to just save my liver for the next trip, huh? Now we'll see what it looks like tomorrow morning. See what the river looks like in the daylight. Tomorrow's daylight. Man, my trail is really bad, ain't it? I just cleaned this up. Well, it's June. Tomorrow's June 1st. I've already cleaned it once. I came down with a weed eater and cut a nice path all the way down through here. That's how fast those water weeds grow. I really, really, really like my camping spot. Okay, alright. I think my chainsaw, little one, should be cooled off. Of course, I got the big one. I guess I could cut some firewood with that. But I need to get a little bit more firewood done and a few other things. And we'll see about the fishing. I don't know. We'll kick it around, see what happens. How about that? For now, let's just go with it. We'll not worry about other stuff yet. Right now, we'll worry about having a seat out here in the middle of nowhere, all by yourself, getting ready to fix dinner later, have you a little campfire. Yeah, that'll work. But I should have plenty firewood. This right here, I'm gonna have to burn it. I painted it, and it says it's high heat paint, but I don't know. I don't know if they're a version of high heat, same as my idea high heat. But either way, the rust is all gone, and burn it. If the paint burns, let the paint burn off, and then cook. No, that's my plan. That's why I got a bunch of sticks in it, and instead of charcoal over there, let that burn down just to be on the safe side, and just in case the paint does belt and burn. I figure that way You know, won't affect the food. But I've got my path. I ran out of weed eater gas. I've got a little tiny bit left in the chainsaw. I may swap out. We'll see. See how tomorrow goes. Now, it's pretty much a done deal today. Look how cool that looks. Back in the winter, this was all cracked. You can see the ground still got cracks in it, flood mud from when the river was up. Got me a nice wide path going all the way down. I did all this on one tank of weed eater gas. All the stuff up at the camp and all down through here too. Wait till y'all see how much I got done. When we get back up, I'm gonna probably go ahead and start on dinner. I've probably got, I don't know, an hour and a half or so before it gets dark. But this is plenty wide enough to, you know, get the side-by-side or the ATV through here, no problem now. Got all the trees cut and moved. Look at that. What a nice little opening now. This is the one I was showing y'all was my original catfish camp, the old catfish camp. Now he's starting to look like it again, ain't it? Get the rest of that and a little bit more cleanup, a little bit of raking here and there to level some stuff out, and you know, yeah. Looks a lot better anyway, don't it? Check out the path though. Wait till y'all see this. Y'all remember how overgrown this was? I mean, from my perspective, it's been a couple hours. From yours, it's just been, you know, a minute or so. But look at that. Did all this with a weed eater. Like I said, them water weeds, they grow fast, but they're really easy to cut. They'll be chest deep before you know it, though. Nice wide path. Got all that opened up too. Wouldn't mind making me a little sandbar. I'd have to bring something. Bring the, I mean, it's all sand. It should be really easy to move. I was thinking, I had a little garden tiller at the house. I wonder how hard it would be to, you know, just make me a nice little sandy beach right here. Which there is one there, but, you know, this way there would be one at a lower level and another beach at a higher level for when the river's up. And it's still right where it was at too. You can see the sand hasn't gone down a bit, has it? Let's just little indicator. If it don't fall over, it's not in very deep. But see, there's a sandy beach. I don't know if you can barely see it through the muddy water. It goes way out through there, about 15 feet. Goes down that way. But it's under a couple feet of water right now. But we got a lot of work done. We got a lot of work done. I just wonder though, let me bring a tiller down here, if I could, I think I could level it out pretty quick. Rake it, just loose sand, you know? Yeah, that's an interesting thought, isn't it? Just camp right down here on the water. Just a matter of being able to get, well, I guess you could park the UTV back there and carry the stuff, but I would rather be able to drive down here. You don't have to carry all that junk. Alright, let's head back up. I need to, I guess, get started on dinner. But I got some nice piece of roast and some sweet potatoes, baby carrots, and some celery. My plan, put the celery in the bottom, meat on top, baby carrots, sweet potatoes, and sprinkle it with some beef stew seasoning mix. Now, when I get that done, I'm gonna fire this up first and let it cook a little bit, let it burn a little bit, just to make sure there ain't no paint gonna, you know. But I think it'll take off on the first try. Got me a little toilet paper core and some small sticks and about 3 or 4 pieces of charcoal in there. But let's see, I do believe I got my Wi-Fi back on. Power's on, the Wi-Fi's automatically on. It just comes on automatically anytime I turn the power back on. But I guess it's about time. What y'all think? Will it light the first time or not? I think so. We'll see. So far so good. I've got lamp oil, you know, in that thing, but I don't want to use that, you know, any kind of accelerant, considering I'm going to cook on it. But it looks good. Looks like it's going to light. All right, let's let that simmer for a little while and see what the paint does, see what my little fire ring does, and we'll go from there. Okay, I got me a nice hot base, heated up real good, worked well. Thing turned out fine. Just dumped a bunch of charcoal on top, and as soon as she smothers down just a hair, we are ready to throw the pot on. And I have it ready to go. Everything peeled and loaded up and ready to go on the fire just as soon as she's ready. I'm getting hungry already. Oh, looky there. I mean, that don't look interesting. Didn't really count on it hogging up my fireplace, though. I haven't been able to have my fire going. Man, it looks really good, though. Look at that. A little bit more. It needs a tiny bit more water too, don't it? Just a little. Whoa. There. Now I'll put my lid back. That should do it. Like I said, didn't really count on it snarling up my fire for the whole evening. But that's okay. We'll get there, won't we? We should be done in another 20-30 minutes, and I'll have my fireplace back. Can you hear it? Look at that. Pretty. Very pretty. We're getting there. Okay, I'm gonna try something. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but I'm gonna try it. Let's see. That, like that. Probably wouldn't hurt to turn the other lamp on. Make a little room. Poof. Look at that. That looks interesting, doesn't it? And what I don't eat, I've got 2 Ziploc bags. I'll double bag whatever I don't eat and share it with Heather. Alright, let's let that cool just a little bit. We'll give it a minute. And get my fire going. And it's still cooking a little bit. Let's get a couple pieces on there. I need some small ones. 2 small ones, there we go. One there. One on this side. That should do for a little while. Okay, now let's get situated, get comfortable, and get ready to peg out. Look at that. Look at that. That just looks really good. Okay, we are ready. Got my fire cranked up. Got my plate ready. Phone at my hand. TV ready to go. Here we go. Yeah, juicy one. Look at that. Hey, that was probably a bigger piece than I should have taken for the first bite. It was really good though, so can't complain. It's a little bit not quite as tender as I would like it to be, but it's more than tender enough, and I'm sure that those, oh yeah, sweet potato. I hear a train coming. Look at that. Little bite of sweet potato. Don't lose sight of it. That'll work. That's good. Carrot. All that stuff is perfect. Meat's really good. You know, small pieces, it's good, really good, very good. It's big pieces is kind of, you know how beef is. That broth is incredibly good though. That is very good. A train. He's actually in another state. I'm in Kentucky. You got all the way down to the riverbank, then the river, and then up the hill, and then the train. In another state. Still sounds cool though, don't it? A nice little setup. Canopy up there. Got my little tiki torch running citronella. In theory, I've still got a few bugs, but not too bad, I guess. Could be worse. Alright, let's get off here and have some dinner. Man, it looks really good, don't it? That looks incredibly delicious. It is too. It is good. It's very good. Alright guys, we will see y'all in a minute. Well, that is just about enough of today for me. I am exhausted. It's what time is it? A little after midnight, 12:15. And I got my little buddy heater on in here in the tent. It's warming things up just a hair for bedtime. Getting ready to call it a night, I do believe. I am exhausted. But I got a lot done today, and I had a lot of fun. I did. It was a good day. Alright guys, I'll see y'all in the morning. I think I'm pretty sure I'll sleep really, really good tonight. That's how you spend the morning camping right there. Watching monster movies. This one's Aliens. Supposed to be Area 51, but they all have British accent and license plates on the... Ooh, bit his head off. Been a good morning though. I slept late. Hang on. Okay. I slept way late. I never, ever sleep past 7, 8 o'clock, ever. I didn't wake up till like 10 today, but it's been a really nice morning. It was pretty cool when I first got up, 50, right at 50. And I had my little buddy heater on for a while, and tent stayed nice and warm. I had it, I think 72. Got my little thermometer out here so I can keep track. When you're asleep, it don't matter. You just curl up in your sleeping bag and, go to sleep. You don't care about the temperature in here. Just when you get up is the only time it matters. So, yeah, buddy heater. Worked out great. It's warming up now, though. It's starting to get pretty nice now. The sun's starting to come out just a little bit, and feels like it's starting to warm up. Let's take a look at it. Fire did well. The fire did well. I lopped a few off of that pine and used them, threw them in the pile, but I didn't hardly use any from my wood pile. I'll have me a nice big wood pile next time I come. Yeah, I plan to come back. It's, like I said, this is just getting my catfish hole fixed up to where I can get down to the river and get everything nice and neat and pretty and, all that good stuff, and be able to get through easily. And now I can even camp back in my original catfish camp if I want to. It's all cleared out now. So, yeah, yay. I've got that one back and wound up with a whole new campsite. The faint cicada sound off in the distance, all around you. It's everywhere you look. It's over there, it's over there, it's over there, it's over there. They're wild though. I like it. I like the sound. I think it kind of adds a little something to it. I noticed on other videos I've done recently that the cicada sound, for some reason, doesn't translate to camera very good. So I don't even know if y'all hearing this, but, it sounds really cool. Gotta be careful, where I walk out here, this time of year, it is chilly or not, it is June. I couldn't believe that. It's actually June, and I had to have heat on in the tent. You believe that? Can't believe that whole tiger lily bed. See, someone has planted that many moons ago. You can see it right there. There's an old block building out this way. I would go show you, but it's not the good time to be doing that right now. You can... Alright, let's walk down. I thought about putting the last little bit of... I've got some gas left in the chainsaw. Thought about putting it in the weed eater just to, just to not leave The one little patch. Oh, nah, it's fine. It's grass. Like a bar. A bar and something else. Huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's just since last night. And that's just right. Well, you see how close that is to the house. What was that? Was it a bear? Was it a bear? Okay, might have been a bird. My knee don't like that spot. My knee does not like that little spot. Look at that. Look how deep that is. Okay, put my thumb right at the top. Hold the camera on it the whole time. Look how deep that track is. That's a deer. They seem to be liking my trail, don't they? The animals, the wildlife. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome. Hope you enjoy it. Huh. Something's knocked my stick over. It's completely gone. Near the tracks over here. Something's crossed right there. I can see it's down maybe 2 inches. Did you hear that? Something in the weeds there. Probably a bird or something, but who knows? Something down in there. Not a bird, it didn't fly. Interesting. Anyway, you can see right here where the water has dropped maybe 2 inches. Not much at all. It's still up. I still see trash, sticks and stuff. It's wild, isn't it? My stick is completely gone. Don't see it at all. Once the river gets down, though, that would make a really nice spot, wouldn't it? Even if I could get to where I could park the UTV up here on this flat, and come down that path and down this one, put my tent here, I could live with that. I could certainly live with that. That is an interesting thought, isn't it? Look at all the tracks over there. I didn't even notice that. Look at that. They're everywhere. I didn't walk on any of that. So, you know, that's all them. Look at all that. Right there coming down. You can see where they're coming in this way and coming right down here to the water. Very cool. Very wildlifey. And apparently we had a bear within, well, what, 50 yards, 30 yards of the tent, something like that. But he was using my trail, so he's cool. Leaves ain't dried up yet on them water weeds. You can see all the leaves still laying on the ground. That's the only bad spot right here, and there ain't a whole lot I can do about it. If I ever did bring the tiller down here, I guess I could run through there. Well, my friends, the time has come to tear it all down and head for home. I do believe that if a person wanted to, you could probably live here for quite some time. You know, all you would need is the solar panels back here, clear a little bit better, so you get a little bit better internet action, and charge your batteries. And yeah, I think you could do it indefinitely, long term. You know, I think it'd be a great spot for something like that. Matter of fact, the power bank's doing well. It's still holding at 54% after pretty much having the Wi-Fi on the entire time except for when I went to sleep. And the TV, you know, it holds, what, 10 watts, I think, constant, even when it's off. As long as it's plugged up, it's pulling 10 watts, so it's, you know, looking for the remote to, you know, turn it on. But other than that, yeah, I haven't had zero problems. Everything worked out great. The only thing that, you know, took any damage at all was the celery. And that's exactly the way we wanted it. That's exactly what I had in mind. The celery would get probably burnt on the bottom. But we can live with that. Anyway, guys, all right, let's get to packing up. And let's see, what time is it? What time is it right now? 1:16. June the 1st. Happy June, everybody. It's summer. Get out and have some fun time. Go get them. Alright, let's tear this down. Alright, 1:16. Let's try to time myself. I may get lazy, we'll see. I don't know. It's like one of them, you know, games where the prizes have no value. It's a solid gold plastic trophy if you win. Alright, let's get to it. And here you have it, folks. The red light district of camping. Gory underbelly of camping. The dreaded pack up. Got me a big pile going so far. Look at that. I got the beef and stuff that pot roast I made in the pot pan there. I've got it in the cooler on ice. I got about a half a gallon of it left. So yeah, I'll take that home to get Heather, and if y'all want some, swing on by, you know, come on up and bring you a bowl. You know, we don't have 50,000 bowls, I don't believe. So, you know, just bring a bowl. Anyway, taking me a little 5 so far. I think I'm just under an hour so far. 2:17, 1 hour and 1 minute. I think it was 1:16, wasn't it? I think. Well, that was weird. It said repair, just stopped recording. It said repairing file. That is weird. I don't know if that last little bit got recorded or not. Anyway, gory underside of camping, packing, yeah, blah blah blah. Anyway, as I was saying, I took a break, so I think we should deduct 5 minutes. You know, employers don't count break time, so, you know, I think I could call in the labor board and beat that one. Anyway, all right, let's get back to work. Still got all of the tent stakes and tear down the dome. Get it in the bag is over there. And I've got the big camping tote with all the camping junk in it loaded. All of the other stuff, random bits of junk and food and propane tanks, and yeah, this is the part that other YouTubers don't show you. They show you the ASMR, you know, the pretty stuff to eat, and yeah, they don't show you this gory underbelly here packing up. We do. Alright, let's get back to work and quit being stupid. Okay, we are all loaded up, packed, and ready to roll, and it is 2:51. 1:16, a little better than an hour and a half. Not bad. Usually takes me about 3 hours to tear all that junk down. But, you know, I only took one break, the 5-minute break. That's it. Other than that, it was go the whole time. Kind of hard to imagine, you know, this was just like yesterday and last night it was home, you know. Let's see. Right there. There. You can see exactly where the bed was. That was my bedroom last night. Interesting, huh? Yeah, and the bear was right down the hill down there too, y'all. I mean, just right over the little hill here. If I'd knew he was down there, I'd have ran down there and just show us the world. Come here, bear. We're gonna make you YouTube famous. Come here, bear. Alright, guys, I'm gonna get out of here and head on home. I've got, look what a load. And in here, hang on, there's more. Whole passenger side. Alright, let's see. Always makes me nervous, that little delay it does. Alright, let's get out of here. A few little stumps still in here. There's one. And we are out. Okay, guys. There's the road. We are out and we are gone. Anyway, guys, the milkweed. I appreciate y'all coming along and hope you enjoyed our little adventure out here in the thicket. And we'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a really good day. Leo out.
So find a couple of autographs so I can eat my meals for free.